My name's Ferris Plock. I'm a painter and illustrator living in San Francisco, California. I grew up in a very creative household. My brothers and I wrote comic books together, and everything was pretty much theme-based, superhero stuff, and those were the first drawings that I did, and I never really took it very seriously. I think that I still don't quite take it that seriously, but worked at a comic book store, and all the narratives and all the themes just fed my creative, that side of my brain. I worked for trade essentially, but I grew up I was a writer, and I went to college for it, and was a creative writing major, and really didn't focus too much on painting or illustrating until I went abroad for a year and a half and kind of got out of my comfort zone, and got out of the context of the Bay Area, and realized I wasn't happy writing anymore, and I wanted to try something else. And I decided, maybe give it a shot, start painting, drawing a little bit more. I moved back to San Francisco, and I worked like the worst dead-end .com job that just completely confirmed that I was not set for office, sitting in an office 24/7. I just couldn't, 9 to 5 stuff was just not for me. And luckily, it was a .com company, so we all got laid off and given a ton of money to fuck off, and that's what we did. And I took that money and just started working on my art and taking some time to develop a t-shirt company that I ran for 4 or 5 years, and felt like that was a really good way to get my artwork across to and get it noticed and get into galleries. And sure enough, that's kind of, my shirt sold well enough that I got a couple shows off of it, and it kind of, I still didn't really take it seriously until I met my wife, and she's just an amazing painter and very inspirational, and knew she was a painter from when she was about 2, and has gone to CCAC and is classically trained and knows how to use materials, which I was, when she met me, I was using whiteout and Sharpie pens, which is fine, but I wanted to do more. I just didn't know how to approach stuff, and going back to school felt too daunting. And we just turned our studio into, a laboratory. She let me experiment and just try out stuff, and that's basically where I am now. We've been collaborating together. We've been showing together now for 5 years. Had a couple of really big shows, and I love working with someone else. The collaboration is just, I think, an important thing for any artist, no matter what your format is. Like, work with somebody else, see how other people address what they're doing. And, you learn so much from watching. You hang up your ego and go watch somebody, that's doing something absolutely different. You learn something every time if you're open to it.